The first make and take you're going to do is this fall card, and this is using Banner Year stamp set. This is from the August to December mini catalog. We call it the holiday catalog. Okay, so it's nice that it comes out in August now. Okay, so this uses Banner Year. There's lots of nice words on here and some little stamps. So they're not real big. They all fit right in here, but there's such a nice variety of them. So it's a really nice stamp set for that. Okay, so this is the card, and then I'm going to show you, and you have all the supplies for this. This is where I got the idea. This is from another demonstrator. Her name is Mary Hove. Okay, and I do a swap, and she sent this, and I thought, oh, that's such a neat idea. So I made a card, and I also made another wintry card. Okay, Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Christmas. And this uses things from the Snowflake Wishes stamp set and suite that there is. So there's the Snowflake Wishes. Okay, so this is a stamp set, lots of neat snowflakes and words and everything. It doesn't all fit into one box, so I put the extra ones in another box. And it also has dies that go with it. It has some of these little adhesive back snowflakes. And it also has the Snowflake Splendor ribbon, which is nice and glittery and really pretty that way. Okay, so it's just another idea. There's lots of things that you can do with this card design. Okay, so there's lots of fun things that you can do. So I'll show you how you can make this. Now, you don't have the Banner Year stamp set because it is just available with the August through December catalog, so you haven't had a chance to order it yet. So you can use any stamp that you want. I use the Cherry Cobbler because that's the cardstock that we have. Okay, so I'm going to open that up. I'm going to do the base part first, and this is already embossed with the Woodland Textured Embossing Folder. Okay, so I'll take the leaf from in there, and I'm going to stamp it. And a lot of times it's hard to stamp on something that's already embossed, but I'm just going to make sure that I press nice and hard, and then I can get a pretty good image for that. Now I know something's going to be covering this middle part, so I don't have to get everything stamped, because part of that's just going to get covered up. So I'm just pressing nice and hard. Okay, and if you want to do this but you're not sure if it's going to work, go on the area that you're going to cover and see how that works. Okay, see if you can get that to go in real good. Okay, so then I'm going to attach that to my Cherry Cobbler cardstock. This is 5 1/4 by 4, and this is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So I'll just attach that to that. Okay. And then I'm going to do this red part here. So this is already folded in half for you. Okay. And I'm going to take the designer paper, and this is the 'Tis the Season designer paper. This is also in the August to December mini catalog. Okay, so there's always something that's Christmassy, and then the other side they have just plain. So I'm going to stamp those leaves right on this designer paper, just in a random design. One way to get it nice and random is choose 2 of them and then make a triangle, and then choose 2 of them and make a triangle. And that helps you get a real random look on it. Okay. Especially if you're moving your stamp around a little bit. Okay, so got that. I want a little one here in the corner too, just sticking in there just a little bit. I'll attach that to the cardstock. Okay, that's already folded over for you. And then I can attach that to the card. So I'll just set that on there, and that'll flap up. Okay. Since this is a dark cardstock for the inside, I will use a piece of crumb cake inside, And I'm just going to have some leaves coming down the side, so there's something nice on the inside of this. It's always nice when you open it up and there's some fun things stamped on the inside of the card also. Okay, I'll attach that to the center, just like that. All right. Now the tag that's on here is actually using the Label Me Fancy punch. And you might be thinking, well, if I punch something out, it's only going to be that long, but this is this long. So I'll show you how I did this. Right, I took this crumb cake, and this crumb cake starts out 1 1/8 inch by 4 inches. And then I'm going to flip the punch upside down, and I'm going to just slide it in a little bit, make sure it's even, and punch it. And then I'll slide the other side in. So you can make tags as long as you want them, even though the punch may look like you can only do that size. Okay, so those are already going to be pre-punched for you. I'll stamp my Happy Fall, y'all. And a few leaves around there. Okay. And then you have a piece of cardstock that has a little cut in it. That's so in case you want to have something that pops out a little bit. Okay, so I will stamp 2 of those, and then I'll be able to cut them out a little bit later. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is sponge around that. Okay. And then I'm going to add my linen thread to the back. Now, I don't know about you, but I always have a little bit of a hard time getting this random linen, random kind of swirls around the back. So I put a little adhesive on the back and then have it stick out. And then there's something that it can stick to. Some people seem to be able to just swirl it around and it turns out just how they want it, but I'm not that person. I don't know. I can't get it to swirl around just how I want it to. So I put enough in there so you should be able to swirl it around, or maybe you will have some other idea of something that you can do with your linen thread. Okay, so cut off that extra. Okay. Then I'm going to add some adhesive just to this part of it, because that's what will go on the card. So add that on right there. All right. So you have a nice card. If you want, you can cut out some little extra things to add on there also. All right. And don't forget to stamp your envelope so everybody knows that they have a fun card coming in the mail. All right. So the mini dimensionals that are on your supply list will go underneath if you cut something out to add to the side. Have fun stamping.